Sorry, guys. I've been busy for the past couple of weeks. A lot of life stuff going on. Graduations. Partying a lot. No, not partying.
Surprised
a
you're
lot.
alive. At
Yeah,
this point.
honestly, I mean the amount of days I've just woke up in a random location, not knowing how I got there.
Just waking up and being like, man,
Yeah,
what
I
happened?
feel like I'm Moon Knight right now. Just glitching.
At least there's no dead bodies around.
Yeah, I mean there was the one time, but
we don't talk about that one.
we don't talk about that one. Yep. So, welcome back to the MCU retrospective. I am Bladen. That is Joe. We have committed ourselves to rewatching the entirety of the MCU before Avengers: Secret Wars in order to know everything.
Build up hype,
Yeah.
maybe, depending.
Yep. The start of Phase 4, Black Widow. We just finished watching it. I'm going to hand it over to Joe. He's going to give you a quick rundown synopsis of the film, and then we're going to get into the review.
So, Black Widow premiered at events around the world on June 29th, 2021, and was released in the United States on July 9th, simultaneously in theaters and through Disney Plus for the first one on Disney Plus.
Yep.
After the events of Captain America: Civil War, former Avenger Natasha Romanoff is forced to go on the run. While in hiding, Natasha uncovers an evil plot that has ties to her own past. Teaming with her surrogate family, she must make amends with her past and tie up loose ends, all while facing the Red Room and their most lethal assassin. What a tongue twister that one was.
Most lethal assassin.
Most lethal.
Yep.
But
it's actually funny that this episode has something to do with movies going straight to streaming services.
Yeah.
Seeing as we just had a conversation about it, now that the PlayStation 6 will no longer have a disc port, they're getting rid of our physical media access to it. So now no one's going to own anything.
Trying to find where all my questions are at. They've disappeared on me.
They've all just gone. Okay. Just like physical media.
I got them.
Yep.
We'll have to do like a whiteboard here, so that way we always have it.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah. So initial hot takes.
I don't think this movie is as bad as a lot of people say. Like, I understand where the criticism comes from, but I, even from the first time I watched this, understood what the movie was. I liked the spy thriller aspects of the movie. I like how it didn't feel like what Marvel was doing a lot of at the time this movie came out. It brought back a lot of like Winter Soldier sort of vibes, the super spy like thriller type of,
and essentially
energy.
Just ripped off the helicarriers falling from the sky in the end too. So
I mean, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
But my hot take's somewhat similar. I don't think it's the worst start for Phase 4.
No, I mean,
I do think the movie should have come out earlier than Phase 4.
Which is, we'll get to that.
But as movies go, I feel really similar to how I felt with Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Where there's a really good movie wrapped in a really bad movie here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's really good stuff in this movie, and there's really awful stuff in this movie.
Yep, I completely agree.
But overall, is this a good movie?
I wouldn't say so. I think this is
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not making anyone's top 10 list, but also it's not.
It wouldn't be in the bottom 10 either. Yeah.
It's definitely somewhere in the middle. It's more of a mediocre film. I mean, like you said, there's a good movie wrapped inside of here, but it's just sometimes you got to look a little hard to find it.
It's bogged down by all of the bad, and if you start to dissect to bring out the good, you also bring out a lot of bad with it. So, yeah, I understand why it was received the way it was. I didn't watch this movie in theaters. I have only fully sat down and watched this just now, like when we watched it.
Yep. So this is your first time.
It's my first time watching the full movie. Like, I've seen it being played on TV and like sat through parts of it, but this was my first like sit down, watch the full movie and everything for this one. So,
which I think is a first for the our podcast completely. I think every movie
Yeah.
we've watched so far, we've both seen in full.
all of it.
So this is a first for the show.
Yeah, but it's not the worst. I would rewatch this over some of the other ones.
Yeah, I feel like you
so
definitely
far.
went into this movie not having watched the whole thing, thinking it was going to be really bad. And I've always been on the side of this isn't one of the worst Marvel movies. I do like certain aspects of it. Like, definitely the best part of this movie is when Yelena, Alexei, Natasha, and
Milena
were all together in the house.
That
That's
table scene,
the best part of the movie.
Easily the best part of the movie, which we'll get to later. But if you could change things about this, would you? Yes.
Yeah, I would
100%,
definitely change some stuff. I would maybe change the twist of Natasha having the
face
Mission
mask.
Impossible mask. Maybe make it a little more dramatic than Dreykov being the one removing it.
Dreykov was an awful villain.
Terrible.
Taskmaster could have been a good villain.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I would change would be completely Taskmaster. If you're going to make Dreykov the same way that he is in this movie, make Taskmaster kind of be like the behind the scenes evil, and she's been driven completely mad by Natasha's attempt on her father's life, and now she's like, I'm going to wipe you out kind of thing. Like, and something that you could have done even more differently is, in the end, Natasha's refusing to kill Taskmaster because obviously she doesn't want to make the same mistake she's already made.
Mhm.
And then Yelena is the one who kills Taskmaster, showing, one, the difference between Natasha and Yelena, and then two, giving Natasha a legitimate reason not to bring Yelena in for Infinity War and Endgame. Like,
Yeah.
she literally is like, oh, we have 50 Black Widows and Yelena that we could have at our disposal, but I'm going to go with just Cap, like, no big deal. These guys don't care if the world ends or not.
Yeah.
It would have been a much better ending, one, for Taskmaster's character. Like, spoiler alerts, gets shot in the face first thing in Thunderbolts. So, I mean,
which you also haven't seen.
Which I haven't seen yet, but I do know that happens. That would have been a better ending for that character than being introduced for 10 seconds in Thunderbolts and then being killed off. Like, not saying that she couldn't be in Thunderbolts, but like literally in Black Widow and then 10 seconds in Thunderbolts to get killed. Like, you might as well have killed her in Black Widow, which they probably wanted to do more with that character, but didn't, because they were poorly planning. But that'd be the biggest thing that I would change. And I think that would change a lot of the dynamic through the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the Widow's asking, what do we do now? That I would have completely removed. Like, that was the stupidest line in the movie. I was like, really, come on. Like, they even give that legitimate thing with Yelena where she's like, you know what's going on, but you can't control yourself, kind of thing. And then they have the scene where she gets released, and the first thing she does is like, I'm cutting the tracker out and I'm getting out of here. Like, all of the Black Widows have essentially the same training as Yelena. Most of them have similar life experiences, if not the same life experiences. And their first instinct, what do we do now? It's like, no, you weren't like brainwashed. You were literally being mentally controlled, but you still had your faculties. You still were conscious.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that would be the other thing I'd change. Anything else from you?
No, I don't think I would change much about the movie, because once again, I don't think that this movie did anything like horrendous. Yeah,
aside from the villains.
Taskmaster could have been better.
Dreykov
could have been better, but also we've gotten mediocre villains in these superhero movies before, and most of the time it doesn't really detract from the movie itself. Like, I think Civil War, like, Baron Zemo barely did anything that whole movie. He was kind of a nothing of a villain, and that's still one of our like top 25 MCU movies at this point.
Yeah.
Or Ant-Man and the Wasp, like
that one I would have changed it a little bit more.
But like still, it didn't take away from your enjoyment of the movie too much.
Yes.
So I don't think I would need to change them. Sure, it'd be cool if there was some stuff added to
Yeah.
the story to make them more of like presence in the movie, but also I think that the movie was more centered around the family
Yeah.
aspect of it, and
Which I
not
really do like
much
the
around
family
the
aspects
villains, yeah.
of this movie. Like, again, that table scene, I'd seen clips.
I think
had
the
never
whole house
watched
scene,
the whole
house scene in its entirety is
I
great.
mean, the scene where the Red Room assassins come, I think that one's a little bit
everything before
everything before
everything
that,
before
in
that,
that
like,
house scene is great.
Yelena and Alexei singing "Bye Bye Miss American Pie."
Yeah,
The interaction between Natasha and
Milena.
Milena. I keep
I know
wanting
it's
to
so
say Helena.
it's so irritating because Melina and then it's Yelena. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, just
yeah.
give her a little bit.
Yeah, and their conversation outside where she's like, "I already called them," and then her immediate switch to come help her.
Yeah, because
daughters,
she's realized like what's going on, even in her own.
And even
brain.
just the conversation between Yelena and Natasha, where she's like, "It was real to me," was like such a impactful scene in this movie.
Honestly, that scene kind of does hit hard. I'm trying to think of a scene that hits just as hard as that one. Like the table scene, and when Natasha is literally shouting like it wasn't real, and Yelena goes, "But it was."
Mhm.
And like I'm trying to think of a different part in the MCU that actually hit me that hard. Like the only one I'm thinking of is Ant-Man and the Wasp, when Cassie's like, I meant me as your partner.
Mhm.
And like that's the only part that I can think of that actually hit me like just as hard as that scene did.
Yeah, I could probably think if you gave me a minute, I could probably think of a couple of scenes like that. Like my mind immediately goes to Avengers Infinity War, where Peter is getting dusted. That
yeah.
scene hits really
That
hard.
one's good
too. Guardians Volume 2, where Nebula and Gamora are fighting and they finally like reconcile.
I don't know. That one doesn't hit me quite.
Really?
No, that one doesn't hit me quite as well. But that's probably more personal than
or even something like in Captain America Winter Soldier, when Bucky and Steve.
Yeah, that one's great. Yeah. I'm with you till the end of the line.
Mhm.
Man.
And then you just get the hesitation.
Yeah. But it's a great scene, and it belongs up there with some of the best. Like if we did a scene ranking, this would be in the top 25.
Which I am thinking about for our end of the retrospective.
Once we reach
what would that be called? The MCU retrospective marathon,
something like that.
Something.
Yeah, we'll do like a special episode or something.
Yeah. And we'll go over like a bunch of stuff. Like I already have a couple ideas cooking.
Yeah. Stay tuned for that.
Yeah, in the next.
Now that we're back, you need to stay tuned.
Please.
We're almost to 50, so we can live stream when Brand New Day comes out.
Yeah, in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we've got like 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, and also the shows are gonna be a little wild, guys.
Yeah.
They just take so much time to get through, and it's a lot to pack into just 1 week.
Yeah.
Once we get through the Netflix shows, which we only have 2 left, Punisher and Jessica Jones, it should get easier. But there are a couple of shows that I know are going to take a little while. Yeah. Like
Disney Plus shows.
Loki is definitely going to take some time for me to get through. I think that we'll be able to get through them faster though, because they are shorter seasons.
But you're not going to want to watch them quite as much.
Yeah, because they are shorter episode. Like they're shorter 40, seasons, but the episodes are longer.
I thought it was shorter.
Each episode is like an hour long. Like
I think some of them are an hour, but I think for the majority of them, they're like 42 to 50.
I'm pretty sure most are like an hour.
I only watched a couple of the Disney Plus shows, so
yep.
Maybe I only watched the shorter ones.
Mm-hmm. I'm really looking forward to rewatching some of them, but others
some of them you're gonna watch for the first time and wish you never did.
Yeah.
So CGI or no, timeline wise.
This
should have been released earlier.
I think this is actually one of the first movies where it's very clear it's released out of timeline order.
Yeah, like super feels out of place for timeline.
Because even like Guardians Volume 2 is out of timeline order. That's supposed to happen directly after the first Guardians,
Yeah.
or like Captain Marvel, which is placed like way back then. But this is the first one where it was released, where it's like this would have made the movie better if it was released earlier.
Yeah, and I do agree. I think if you release this one between Infinity War and Endgame, and you put it right next to Captain Marvel, I think that would have been like one of the best places for it.
I think just
Like-
right after Civil War would have been a good spot.
I mean, Civil War would have been a great spot for it.
probably after Doctor Strange would have been the best placement for me.
Yeah, give a break between Civil War and then going to Black Widow.
Yeah.
How long was between Spider-Man Far From Home and Black Widow? Was it only 1 year?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they took the 1 year gap.
Yeah. But that was just something I was thinking about earlier, and I was like, if they had given it more time, I'm curious if they would have changed a little bit and if it would have been a little bit easier to get through.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not that, again, it's very similar in my mind to Iron Man 3, where it's like, there is a lot of good in this movie, and I wouldn't hate to rewatch it. But at the same time, there's a lot of parts that I literally, you're supposed to be taking it seriously, and I just could not stop myself from laughing.
Yeah, there were a lot.
I
of
was
moments
like,
where you were
oh
literally
my
laughing out loud
gosh.
at some of the scenes. Yeah,
It is crazy.
which also another crazy thing to think about. This movie, when it came out, was at like the height of like COVID and everything. That
Yeah,
was like 6 years ago.
it's not even 6 years ago. It was 2021. It's only 5 years ago the Black Widow released.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow, man! Feel old.
Yeah, COVID was only 5 years ago, and that
Oh,
feels like
jeez.
how long ago?
Yeah, that feels like forever ago, man. That's crazy. Oh, jeez. We need to stop talking about. Let's go on to the next question. CGI. Does the CGI hold up?
Some parts, yeah.
Some parts there's some really good CGI, and other parts there's some really rough CGI that I don't know what they were thinking.
Yeah, I think everything in. I don't want to say everything. For the most part, the final battle was pretty
Yeah.
solid. There were only a
Up
couple
until-
of moments where you could notice it, and I think it's actually where they tried to blend CGI and practical
Yeah.
because of COVID and everything happening at the time, where they couldn't have actors close to each other and everything.
Yeah.
Is what made the CGI kind of look off. But like when they're like going down, like falling out of the
Yeah,
sky and they're
yeah,
tumbling
that looks
off of
fine.
things, that looks fine to me.
I actually really like the way it looked when they're on the solar panels and then Taskmaster has a sword and it like slides across it.
Yeah.
I really like the way that looked. That looked really
I liked
cool.
where she like fell through one of the helicopters when she's falling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was silly, but it was cool.
Yeah, or when they
That was one of the
crash through
scenes that I was
window,
like
yeah.
trying really hard not to bust out laughing because I was like, it's kind of silly, but at the same time, like, it's not the worst.
Yeah, it's
But
like
it
that
was
Saturday
it was
morning
silly,
cartoon.
but it was
cool.
fine. Like,
Yeah.
but the then you have Yelena blowing up the ship, and
Yeah.
I feel like that scene has already been just memed to death. Like,
Yeah, we don't really
it-
need to talk about it.
don't really need to talk about it, but it's really funny to watch. And I'd seen that scene so many times before sitting down and watching this full movie, and I laughed harder after watching the movie than I did just seeing the clip. Like it was just so silly. And it wasn't like it was well, it was definitely poorly done. But like I don't know, something about it just feels so comedic when you watch it, and it's like it's trying to be all
It's sort of
serious,
that like slapstick,
and it's
kind
like
of
that
thing.
build up. She's like pulling all the baton and like extending it and everything, and it's like, why is there so much build up to this? And then
Yeah.
they don't even like do a fake out death or anything. It's literally just
Yeah.
It's like,
She doesn't even go like this. She just goes.
oh gosh, it was really silly. But
Yep.
overall, the CGI is pretty good in this movie. The other part was when Taskmaster puts on the helmet when she's talking with Dreykov. That CGI. I don't know if they CGI'd the head and the helmet, but it looked disjointed. It looked like her head like shifted off of her body. I don't know what was going on with that scene, but that one was really rough too. But yeah, no. Other than that, the CGI was fine. Unless you have one that I didn't think of.
No, I don't. I didn't really see much problems, at least at the beginning of the movie. I think it's because most of it was filmed practically.
Yeah, as much as they could.
Yeah, but by the time you get to that final battle, another comparison to Iron Man 3, good up until the final battle.
Yeah, I mean,
I think this honestly does have. The Iron Man 3 final battle definitely is cooler.
Yes, for sure.
But I think this one has the better final battle.
I think I have less problems with Black Widow final battle.
That's what I mean.
Iron Man 3. Yeah. I think there are cooler parts in the Iron Man 3.
Absolutely. Like, but you're not beating like 100 Iron Man suits fighting people.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Character consistency. How do you feel about that? I mean, essentially just Black Widow. She's the only
and character. Ross, I guess.
I mean, he gets a total of 1.5 minutes of screen time.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, he's consistent enough. You get his voice, then you get his face for like 10 seconds, and then he shows up at the end. So
yeah, but Natasha was very consistent throughout this movie, especially after Civil War. I think
she's consistent, but I feel like she's very flat because they boxed themselves in. Like, she couldn't get too much development because of where it was placed in the timeline.
Yeah.
Because like, it is boxed in.
Yeah, because she couldn't be too different from the way she is in Infinity War from Civil War. Yeah.
So, consistency-wise, I do think she's fine. But character-wise, like, it felt like there should have been some growth. And again, the Taskmaster thing would have solved that problem. Because one, it would have left her to be able to be consistent between Civil War and Infinity War. And then you could have, again, the disconnect from her and Yelena, because she's now, I'm resenting you because you killed the person that I was trying to save, even though I couldn't save her, kind of thing. But other than that, there was no real recurring characters. I think the characters were consistent throughout with the movie,
them being introduced in this movie. Yeah.
So not too bad. Personal best performance in this movie.
I really love David Harbour's performance. In this
he does really
He's
good.
So wholesome
I like him a lot
as Red Guardian. Like, just his cluelessness at the beginning to be like, "What did I do wrong?" But then, when he realizes it, he's like
put it together,
completely apologetic and takes full responsibility.
He realizes what he's done wrong. Him and Yelena definitely stood out a lot in this movie.
Yeah,
and honestly, if you didn't have David Harbour being the Red Guardian, I feel like this movie would not have been as good as it was.
No, definitely not.
I don't think there was a better casting for Red Guardian at this point. Like, just saying.
I mean, the only reason people like Red Guardian is because of David Harbour. So it's like,
so it's a no-brainer. Like, that's definitely a thing. Melina's character, I think, is very flat as well.
Also, David Harbour is famous for being a girl dad. So
very true. Very true.
Yep. By the way,
in this movie, he's got 2 kids. So I mean,
by the way, never seen Stranger Things.
Yeah, I have.
I've seen the first
up until the final season.
I've seen the first season.
First season's the only one worth watching.
And that's it.
The only one's worth watching is the first season. So you're not missing much. Just saying.
I mean, I've watched
we're gonna rip into Stranger Things for a little bit. No, I'm kidding.
For a little while.
This is now a Stranger Things season 1 review, which it was good.
I like men. What is wrong with you?
Oh god!
Just that edit that I saw. I thought that was like the actual reaction in the episode, and then I found out it was all a completely
AI.
Different. No, it's just from a completely different.
Oh, was that? Okay.
Yeah.
So that was.
It's the moment where he says that, and then it cuts to Steve, and he's like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm just like, that's the reaction that he would have gotten.
Probably. Favorite scene or sequence in this movie? I mean, table scene.
Yeah.
Like, it hits the perfect emotional beats. And like you have the silliness of Alexei getting into the red Guardian armor and everything, and like trying to be like this fun, I guess, carefree dad to them. And like Natasha's like, I want no part of this, and Yelena's like, this is all I want, kind of thing. Like, so you have all these really cool dynamics going on,
and I like how it feels like an actual like dinner table.
Yeah.
No one's able to get a word in. Everyone's arguing with each other for no reason. It's so fun.
It was really well done. The writing for that scene
it's
is great,
so
and the
it's
acting
fun,
is so
and then it's sad, and then it's serious.
Yeah, and it does a really good job of balancing between. And to its credit, I think Black Widow did well with the Marvel humor.
Yeah.
I don't think it did over the top, such as some of the other ones we've done
and
before.
I think one of the main reasons that it does the humor well is because in a lot of Marvel movies where the humor doesn't work, it's because they've taken an already well-established character and just turned them into a jokester, like Thor Ragnarok. But in this, they keep Black Widow the same character and then introduce other characters who are those fun, energetic types.
Yeah. No, and they did really good for that. End credit scene.
We got the first appearance of Valentina
approaching Yelena, telling her to go kill Hawkeye, which leads to my personal favorite of the Disney Plus shows.
But, I think it's my second favorite.
Understandable, but of the Disney Plus shows, we'll get to those maybe. Depending on how much we get through, because we got to get through a lot of movies in this coming week. I don't know when this one will go up. I have the feeling that we're gonna try and put like 2 or 3 movie reviews out
at a time,
for the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, we have to.
We got to get caught back up.
Yeah, if we want to hit Brand New Day. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch Black Widow, and then we're going to try and watch Shang-Chi and Eternals as soon as we possibly can, get those done with.
Yeah.
So then next week, we can hopefully try and binge.
Start our Spider-Man.
We're going to try and binge all 3 Spider-Man movies, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies in one sitting.
Hopefully.
So that's what we're going to attempt to do. It might not work out that way, but if it does, that is why we'll be wearing the same exact clothes for those 3 videos, because
for a while,
filming them back to back to back.
Yeah.
And if we're exhausted by Spider-Man 3, you'll know why. And then we will also probably have to binge the TASM, the 2 TASM movies together. And then we'll probably watch the 2 Venom movies after that, and then No Way Home.
If we can get to it.
If we can get to those 2 movies,
yeah.
And then No Way Home right before we go to see Brand New Day.
Yeah. That's gonna be a rough couple weeks that we got ahead of us.
I mean,
we'll get through it. I think we'll get through it.
I mean, binging all the Spider-Man movies isn't a bad problem.
No, that's not a bad problem at all. The problem is sitting down, watching
it's just the time.
Recording.
If we had all the time in the world, I'd do it now. But
no.
We're go up so busy now. Like, I'm just starting a new job, and it's just very
hours change.
Yeah, it's just very, very difficult to keep up with what we're doing. But we're going to try, and we're going to do our best to keep this channel afloat at least until we get done with the MCU retrospective.
Yeah, at least till Doomsday. Beyond Doomsday, we'll see what happens, but our plan is at least to Doomsday. So 6 months. We can hold in there for 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months. Which, how long have we been doing this for?
Yeah, I think we've gone 4 months so far. So if we make it to Doomsday, it won't even be a full year.
Yeah.
Like,
that's crazy.
It would be nice to do a full year and then be like, oh, this is what we did.
Yep.
But, ranking this movie. I don't think you have your list with you.
No, I do have it. I'd probably put this in a mid B. High B, maybe low A.
I'm trying to remember where we have Iron Man 3, because I think I would put this maybe 1.
If you want to just
movie,
reach over and grab the
I'll grab
laptop.
that for you.
I'll pull it up.
Oh, quick look. Behind the scenes content.
Yep.
Actually, do we want to do our Phase 4 questions? Add those in before we pull up.
Yeah, if you want to pull them up.
So, question 1 for Phase 4 movies. Do you think this should have been a movie or a show?
I do think that this is one of the I do think this is one of the smart decisions that they made in Phase 4 of making it into a movie, because I don't think this has enough story behind it to serve as a show.
I agree. Only because of how they did the Red Room. I think if you did the Red Room as a comic accurate Red Room, you could have gotten like 3 seasons of a show out of it. But as they did the Red Room in this movie, yeah, it should have been a movie. Do you think this tied into the MCU phases well?
Yeah, I think it definitely shows the time period that it's meant to be placed in.
Yeah, they were definitely trying to keep it at least somewhat consistent. I don't know what's moving up there.
I keep thinking I'm hearing something. You have a rodent infestation in the studio.
It's possible.
Yeah, but
behind the scenes content for you. Yeah, no, I mean, it's right off of Far From Home, so yeah, they kept it tied in pretty well.
Yeah.
And then the final question: do you think it should have been made at all?
Yeah, I definitely think we did need a Black Widow solo film or solo project at least. She was one of the founding members of the Avengers, one of the originals. Like, it wouldn't have been, the MCU would not have been complete without Black Widow solo movie.
I think it's fine enough. Again, I put it in a similar category as I put Iron Man 3, where I really like it. I wouldn't hate to watch it again, but like...
Which, speaking of, the Iron Man 3 is ranked at a mid-B.
Okay. Now, here's the question. What's right below Iron Man 3?
The first Ant-Man.
What's right below the first Ant-Man?
Black Panther.
I would put this above Black Panther and below Ant-Man. Because, like, there's parts of it that I really do like. But overall, I have a lot less gripes with Ant-Man than I do this movie.
Yeah, I'm on the fence about it being above Black Panther.
Oh, really?
Because the movie right below that is Spider-Man Homecoming. And I wouldn't have a problem putting this above Homecoming. But I think I would have a problem putting this over Black Panther.
I can give that. I could put it below Black Panther.
Okay, so Black Widow is ranked a mid-B, just above Homecoming and just below Black Panther.
Yeah. So, final thoughts. Got any before I start going through my notes? I feel like this movie tried too hard to be action oriented. Like, it was like, for the first 30 minutes of the movie, it was like small scene, action scene, small scene, action scene. Like, even the opening was like, you have about 20 seconds of them as a family, and then it's the car chase and them trying to take off in the plane.
Yeah.
And then it's them landing, and then they're like calming down, and they're trying to help Milena because she got shot and everything. And then it's Black Widow grabbing the gun and I'll shoot you. And so you get an action scene right off of that. Then right after that, you have Yelena chasing down the rogue Black Widow, and then you have that action scene. Right after that, you have Black Widow, and she's there in the woods, and she's at the trailer and everything, and she's going through the mail, and everything's fine. And then she goes to whatever safe house that Yelena sent the package from, and then you have an action scene. And then there's like 2 minutes of them talking, and then there's an action scene. And it was like, it felt like it didn't want to slow down, but the problem was the slow parts in this movie are the better parts of this movie.
Yeah.
And it was like, every time there was a slow part, I was like, why aren't you building on this? Like, why do we need to cut into this part? Like, but it definitely needed a little bit more balancing on its action to, I guess, slow.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
Black Widow died so many times in this movie.
Yeah, every single time
She
you were
gets
like,
in what?
she's dead.
She gets in what? Like 3 major car crashes that no regular person should have survived.
Yeah, you at one point literally said Captain America wouldn't survive that. There's no way.
Yeah, no, she died many times over, and it wasn't just the car crash scene. And I wouldn't have had a problem if it was like maybe 1 or 2 scenes, but it was like, here's a car crash scene here, here's a car crash scene here, here's a car crash scene here, here's her falling off a roof, hitting her face into pipes, and then landing on her back on the dumpster, and then hitting the ground face first, and then she gets up and, oh, it's just my rib. Oh, it's like, what? No! Like, she's dead so many times over. Oh man. The Taskmaster plot twist. The weakest, most obvious plot twist, I think, in the entirety of the MCU at this point. Like, there's not a single one that is worse than that. Like, if you know anything about any movie ever, that was seen a million miles away.
If you know anything about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked her white suit, actually.
Yeah.
I liked the white suit. I kind of wish we had gotten the comic gray suit. I think that would have been
I think
a cool
it was a
thing
bit
to-
of an homage. The white suit was
Yeah.
meant to be towards the gray suit.
Yeah. But I would have liked to see that. The Crimson Dynamo gets a name drop.
Crimson Dynamo drop. Which Crimson Dynamo is kind of a character in the MCU already.
Yeah.
He's Whiplash's father, right?
Yeah, that's who Whiplash's dad is supposed to be.
Yep.
Scroll storyline. I mentioned it during the movie.
Mm-hmm.
The Black Widow plotline is essentially the Secret Invasion plotline from the comics. Not done as well, but done better than the Secret Invasion for the MCU.
Yep.
It's kind of silly to look at it and see that, because at the same time I'm like, you were building up to Secret Invasion at this point. Like, this is phase 4. This is like where they were like, okay, now we need to start building towards these things. Hence the introduction of Valentina at the end and everything. Like, but essentially they spoiled what Secret Invasion was with the Black Widow's storyline. And it was like, I mean, it's not really a huge spoiler, but like, it was there. Other than that, no, that's my last notes. So, not the worst. Definitely,
No, definitely not the worst.
definitely not the worst. It could have been worse. It's a good movie wrapped in a bad movie.
Yeah, and I feel like it does definitely get overhated.
I mean, I'm trying to think of videos that I've actually watched that have like full on hated this movie, and I can't really think of many. So, but
I'm just talking as like a general consensus. A lot of people are like, "Oh no, that movie sucked,"
yeah.
and it's like, no.
I would watch this movie over The Flash any day.
Oh, absolutely. And with that being said, thank you everybody for watching. We're gonna try to get
A couple videos
videos out.
maybe this week, maybe
we're-
more next week.
We're gonna work on it. Thank y'all for hanging in there. We're only 7 subscribers away from 50, so help us get there, please. If you're a new viewer watching this, and
When we get the brand new day, if we got 50, we'll do a live stream.
yep. So with all that said, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, do all those things. I'm Bladen. That's Joe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.